where entrepreneurs seek an investment to start, grow, or save their businesses.
We became the most crowd-funded travel campaign in history.
If the Sharks hear a great idea, they'll invest their own money and fight each other for a deal.
Wait, I don't need your prompt. Stick to your basketball.
Please, don't be rude.
The entrepreneurs must get the full amount they're asking for,
Why is it worth $28 million?
or they'll walk away with nothing.
There's nothing else that I've ever seen out there like it.
We want the right partners who have nothing.
Who are the Sharks? They're self-made business experts worth billions. Kevin O'Leary is a shrewd venture capitalist who made his fortune selling a children's educational company for over $4 billion. Barbara Corcoran went from waiting tables in Manhattan to building the city's premier $2 billion real estate empire. Robert Bergevec, son of an immigrant factory worker, founded one of the world's preeminent cybersecurity firms. Lori Grenier, the queen of QVC, holds over 100 patents and has launched more than 400 products, grossing over $500 million in sales. And Mark Cuban, esteemed billionaire, tech mogul, and the outspoken owner of the Dallas Mavericks. First into the tank is a grown-up version of a childhood favorite.
That just happened. Sharks, my name's Tyler Hadzicki. My company is Low Racing Trikes, and I'm here today seeking $120,000 in exchange for 20% of my company. I've been wanting to spin into the tank like that for a long time. That's the kind of excitement you get when you ride one of my trikes. It's like a race car and a tricycle had a love child. With 3 wheels, not only do you get stability and speed, but incredible agility as well. The rear wheels are casters that can be controlled manually with this handle to take tight corners, drift, and even spin 360 degrees. Sharks, this is not just an adult tricycle. This is an experience unlike anything else out there. I'm ready to take this to the world. Everyone wants to come along for this crazy ride.
I gotta try it.
Is there any certain age for it?
What are you saying, Lori?
Young and hard. I have 2 more back here.
Oh, come on, Mark. I'll race you.
Kevin, join them.
You have one big enough for Mark?
Of course, these are fully adjustable.
I get a big-ass head. It still don't fit.
They're not bumper cars.
They are now.
Kevin, you're the only guy that looks like you're riding a little tricycle. Speed it up.
As you can see, they're super durable. You can crash into each other. There you go, Mark. Perfect. Good.
How'd you wipe out?
I love it. Lori, you gotta try it.
I love to try it. I'm in a skirt.
Not so easy on the bumps. That was cool. Tyler, was a lot of fun.
Thank you, Robert.
You're so low, you feel like you're going a million miles an hour.
Low Racing Trikes.
Right.
Did you create this yourself?
So this started off a long time ago as a 6th grade science project. The teacher hated the idea because it wasn't scientific enough. But then when I won first place at the San Diego Science Fair, I guess she had to eat it.
What happened after you won the award?
Well, I have the first picture of the original tricycle here. And what I did was I went to the swap meet and I was cutting up trikes.
That's awesome. So that's prototype 1.
That's prototype 1 that won a science fair.
You've improved it a lot.
How long did it take to go from there to this?
About 4 years.
Are you in college?
I'm a sophomore in college.
Now, you try to bring it to market.
Kickstarter, crowdfunding platform.
What was your target?
My target was $15,000, raised $46,000, so 300% of my goal, which was pretty cool. There was 130 orders. I produced those all at my facility. I got those shipped out over that year.
Where's your facility?
We went to Mexico and set up a facility there with someone who's been building BMX bikes for a while. So I'm an international businessman under the age of 18 with 3 patents out of high
Good for
school.
you.
And what did you charge per unit? What was your cost?
These are $350. Cost on these is about $170, $180 to make it. These are pretty much handmade. What I don't like is I don't like making a whole bunch of these because I hand test every single one of them. I go down to Mexico, I have to spend, 8 hours a day testing a batch of 40. That's how I do them.
Oh, so you
Ride
didn't
them
have an
all,
inspector.
pack them all, make sure this paint's powder coated correctly. I don't want any bad products going to the customer because it reflects poorly on me.
How are you going to sell 10,000 of these?
I can rent the larger facility, then I can hire the labor.
There are facilities in Mexico and in Asia that make millions of bikes. Why wouldn't you simply go to one of them and say, look, I want to get 10,000 of these made by you?
Well, an easy thing, though, is just you can hire an inspector. There are several very credible services, like Bureau Veritas, where they can go down, have a protocol, and they can't ship until those are checked and the inspection's done.
All these things are coming in place, but I want to test every single one of them.
You don't want to let that go. You want to be personally responsible for each and everybody.
That's almost impossible.
But it's a niche product at this point that I'm able to.
Then you got to raise your price significantly.
Tyler, let me ask you this. Let me understand a little bit about who buys these.
It's usually parents for their kids, which are like, 9 to 16, around there. And then also it's the adult guy, kind of.
Robert?
I think you're a terrific kid. Oh, man, I should say. I love your product, but I don't see this as investable. It's very early in the game. I think you have a long way to go before you get an investment. I'm out.
Thank you very much for your consideration, Barbara.
Hey, look, Tyler, I don't see this as an investment for me because I don't know how I turn this into a huge business. I'm not sure you know yet, but I'm out.
Thank you, Kevin, for your consideration.
Tyler, you are a great example of an entrepreneur. One of the things I find very admirable is that you wanted to make sure that everything was perfect. On the flip side of that, though, you're one person. You can't go and stand in the factory and watch 40 made at a time. I personally see it as a licensing deal because I do think to scale, you're going to need a big company that can do exactly that. I think that's a bit of a ways away, and for that reason, I'm out.
Thank you, Lori.
Tyler, incredibly impressive for anybody at any age, at your age, doubly impressive where you've gotten. No one doubts you. I doubt what the market is. If it's a tricycle, you've got to change the design. It's too hardcore for general distribution for kids to use. If it's niche for hardcore people like me that love speed or older kids, it's too cheap. I don't know how big that market is.
But I think there's loads of toys in this space that are the kid-friendly, ride it in your driveway kind of thing, and I think it fits there.
You're obviously a brilliant guy. You're going to invent something else. I just don't know where this one fits or how I can help you. I'm sorry, I'm out.
Thank you, Robert.
What's your next product, Tyler?
My next product?
The reason I asked about what's next is this, I don't see this as, selling 2 million units.
Definitely.
Right? So if I'm investing in your company, there's got to be something next because I want to make the investment so we can get someplace else together, someplace bigger and better.
So I think there's lots of stuff that you can do with, add-ons, all that customization kinds of things.
Those will increase your business on the margin. That's not going to take you to a $25 million company.
I mean, the scooter sells 7 million units in 1 year. But
that applies to everybody, and it gets you from point A to point B, and it's fun. Tyler, look, I think it's brilliant, but I have to see a vision from you, right, that takes it so it can be a much bigger company. But for right now, I don't see it, Tyler, so for those reasons, I'm out.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Brilliant idea, though.
Thank you. I'm going to sell a lot on my website and to the big box, so that's fine.
We hope you do.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm a little bummed that they couldn't see my vision. I don't think that it's a toy. And the fact that they wouldn't even consider or listen to what I had to say about the market was just rude, almost. Just rude.
Next up is a company seeking to bring the latest beauty trends to America.
Hello, Sharks. My name is Sarah Lee.
And I'm Christine Chang, and we're from New York City.
We're the co-founders of Glow Recipe, and today we're seeking $425,000 in exchange for 10% equity in our company. Glow Recipe is here today to make every American woman's skin glow and make everyone look beautiful by bringing only the best products and skin secrets from the modern epicenter of advanced skin innovation, Korea.
Sharks, did you know in the last year, the top U.S. beauty editors and media outlets have been crowning Korean beauty to be 12 years ahead of the rest of the world?
With Glow Recipe, Korean beauty is no longer a hidden secret. We believe that Korean beauty can be the next big player in the U.S.
Now, we know that being a shark isn't easy. You're stressed, sleep deprived, dealing with the pressures of being an apex predator. We wanted to bring a little bit of glow into your day and onto your faces, so we have some samples for you.
I hope it's whiskey.
Thank you, Robert.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So the first is a waterless mist that is packed with botanical extracts for extra efficacy. Perfect for on-the-go, 24/7 skincare, especially perfect for sharks that never stop swimming.
Oh, it's nice.
Second is pressed serum. This is a new category in beauty that combines the concentration of a serum and the comforting hydration of a moisturizer. So this multitasker is packed with chaga mushroom extract, which is anti-aging.
Oh, it feels funny.
It's like halfway between a gel and a cream.
Yeah,
Exactly.
It's weird.
So last but not least, this is the next generation sea kelp sheet mask. As you may have heard, sheet masks are on fire in the US, and you might have seen the cotton
Yeah, I knew
sheet
that.
mask.
Of course.
So sharks, we would love for you to join us in our journey to making the world more beautiful and glow
But
with
to be
us.
clear, ladies, you don't make these products. You source them in Korea and you bring them to the
Exactly.
United
We're
States.
an e-retailer, yes.
You're essentially a distributor.
So our business is in two verticals. One is the e-commerce site where we curate the natural beauty skincare products from Korea. We curate them based on our expertise. We have 20 plus years of combined experience in the world's largest beauty company,
You
L'Oreal.
have 20 plus years?
Combined.
Combined.
So you must have huge sales because you're putting a value in your business of over $4 million. Let's
So-
hear about those sales.
Last year, we opened Glow Recipe in November. For the first 2 months, our revenue was $3,000. 2015, year to date, we're at $550,000.
Wow.
And we're projected to do $1 million by the end of this
So
year.
Sarah, all those sales are online.
So half of that comes from our e-commerce site, where we curate the products. The second is where we act as a brand incubator.
And you
Our
charge
site-
them for that service?
Yes, we share the revenue with the brands.
But how do people know this? I've never heard of it before.
Of course. And so a big part of our platform is to not only curate, but also educate. We have an extremely detailed site with very detailed instructions, usage, even video. Our main focus right now is really robustly growing our YouTube channel because we
How
think
many
video...
subscribers do you
So right now our subscriber base is still around 1,000 because we have just started, but our cumulative views are 200,000 right now.
Yeah,
and
that's
we
not
just started.
really a legit number though, right? Everybody
We just
gets-
started
right.
though.
Why is Korea a hotbed of beauty products?
It's just hyper-speed innovation. The market is so competitive locally. The CEO of Estee Lauder likened Koreans' beauty influence to the influence of Paris in fashion.
How many SKUs do you have? How much inventory do you have?
So right now we have 110 SKUs.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's where your cash is going then, right? Because if new products are coming out all the time,
Yes.
your inventory is very much at risk.
We don't have any slow-moving goods right now. Everything is cycling through
Until
so
the
fast.
next one comes, right?
If Korea is so much innovation, why wouldn't large retailers that make billions of dollars in sales in cosmetics not have those in their stores?
So Sephora or Target actually carries a few brands. Not a lot. They've just started.
So they're competitors now.
They're competitors in a way, but they actually come to us to seek innovation trends and ideas.
So you're thinking you're consultants for this industry in the United States.
We're thinking that we're the thought and trend leaders when it comes to K-beauty in the U.S.
Exactly.
You don't have the scale that your competitors, the retailers, have.
Well, of course, they're
why
startup.
can't they hire some great talent?
Well,
Some-
anybody can do it. I mean, anybody could be a distributor.
Yeah, but how many Sarah and Christines are there out there, though?
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
We also
wanted to
provide
bring that up.
education and translation. Not all distributors do that.
You know, the one sector, the one industry that's maintained its margins for 100 years is the cosmetics business.
Yes, yes.
I'm just choking on this valuation.
Okay,
I
well,
too.
you digest that. Let me speak if you don't mind. I love the distributor space because you're a middleman. It's cheaper, you can grow faster, but your numbers are nuts. You should come in cheaper and offer a lot more stuff, I think.
Would you be willing to consider that valuation for a higher equity share?
Well, a lot of, I'd have to ask a lot of stock.
How much?
Guess I'd give you $425 for 40%.
Barbara's not crazy because I was going to offer you $425 for 50%.
I think you guys are the real deal. You're smart, you have credibility, you've been in the industry. It's a pure execution business, so I got to buy you. I'll make a bet on the two of you, but not at 10%. I'll give you the $425,000 for 30%. I think the business is worth roughly $1 million today.
But we're projected to do $1 million just in our revenue this year. Next year, our projection is over $3 million. And in the next 3 years, it's
The
$10
key word
million.
there is project.
Guys,
Let
what
me
do
tell you
need?
what I think.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, I've been in the beauty retail industry for a very long time. It's a great business, but it's a very competitive business, as you know. One of the most brutal, right? So for me, it's not the right investment, so I'm out.
Thank you, Lori. Thank you.
Guys, you haven't gotten very far with digital content. That's one of the
We
reasons
have
you're
a
here.
long way to go on
Right.
that.
You haven't done Bupkis yet. But that's where the viral opportunity should come up.
We really need your help, actually. We'd love to work with you because you have that expertise in the digital space.
Christine, what is the maximum amount of equity you'd be willing to part with for $425,000? Maybe we can get to an answer very quickly, because nobody's willing to give you the deal at 10%.
Well, Mark might.
Not
No,
even Mark.
I went to the 10%.
Well, what would you do, Mark?
Yeah,
we'd
went
love
to
to
the-
hear from you, Mark.
I don't know enough. I don't know enough what I don't know. Right? That's the problem. I like you.
Yeah, really.
Christine have 3 offers on the table for their Korean beauty business, Glow Recipe. But Mark may also be interested.
You have Barbara, who offered you $425 for 40%. You have Robert, who offered you $425
And what
for
about
30%.
mine?
And Kevin, what did you offer?
Well, I also want a premium for who I am, Mr. Wonderful. So I'm asking for an extra 10% because I am Mr. Wonderful.
$425 for 50%.
And Mark,
So you
may I ask
know
if
that you
have
could
an
lose
offer
any
too?
one of those offers any minute now. I mean, as you're talking, they could drop out.
And I'm usually so decisive in what I see, and I just don't know. I mean, I work with a lot of Korean companies, so I'm thinking, okay, there's an angle there, but I just don't know what I don't know in this particular case, so I'm out. Okay,
Okay now.
So, Robert, would you be willing to consider
An 18.
18%?
Christine, would you do it at 25?
Robert, would you do it at 22.5?
If it's worth 25, it's worth 22.5. I've come down. I think that's fair. I'd love to be involved with you. I would definitely do it at 25.
Robert and Mark, if you would come together at 25, we would be willing to take the offer.
Guess they don't like us.
If you want another shark, then the amount of equity's got to go up because it's not enough. I'm happy to do a deal alone, $425,000 for 25%. I don't think I need another shark. I've got the tech, if that's what you're looking for.
Okay, just talk Korean, we won't understand them.
Yes.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Robert.
Yeah, thank you. Good job.
Thank you. So, Sharks, we wanted to just briefly tell you thank you in Korean. 감사합니다.
Kamtamdida?
Yeah.
How do I say screw you, Kevin, in Korean?
Oh, no. Oh,
Please, don't be rude.
Congratulations,
They're
guys.
nice girls.
Thank you.
Say it.
Thank you.
oh my God. Our minds are blown. We're so excited for
We
this
have a deal with the
opportunity.
shark, with Robert.
In season 5, Pat Yates struck a deal with Robert Herjavec for his slipper company, Happy Feet.
$375,000, 25%. Do we have a deal?
Wait.
Done.
Let's see what he's doing now.
Morning, Michelle. Morning, Tiff. I've been working with Robert for a year and a half, and amazing things are happening for Happy Feet. The year before Shark Tank, I had $2.65 million in sales. Since Shark Tank, I've done $4.2 million in sales. Boom. The site's live. One of the biggest projects we've undertaken is a massive overhaul of the Happy Feet website. We've moved into a new office and have 16 employees. But the most exciting thing is DreamWorks Animation has reached out to us about a licensing opportunity. I feel like this is a great way to get Happy Feet into retail, but I really want to hear Robert's take on it as well. Hey, Robert.
Hey,
Good to see you.
Licensing deals are a perfect fit for a company like Happy Feet. It's like renting somebody else's brand and taking it out into the world. They have new movies coming out all the time. They have new characters. And who wouldn't love a Shrek slipper? The challenge with any product is distribution typically. If we can pivot into creating characters that everybody knows, this could be a tens of millions of dollars business. Enough talking. Let's go do it.
I love it. Let's do it.
Making a deal on Shark Tank has completely changed my business. With Robert on board, we have a level of credibility now that we could have never achieved without him. We're not just selling slippers, we're selling fun, and I'm looking forward to making even more people happy with Happy Feet. Happy Feet!
My name is Sarah Oliver. I live in Mill Valley, California. Growing up, my mom and my great aunt taught me how to knit, and I was instantly hooked. One year for the holidays, I decided to knit every woman in my family a gift. They loved it, and I started getting requests. It was obvious that I had a business on my hands, and as it grew, I needed to bring on some help. You might know them as senior citizens, but I call them the Pearlettes plus one.
I'm 88 years old.
I'm 79 years old.
I'm 94, and I love knitting.
You're never too old to keep working. It just keeps you young.
The Pearlettes are the backbone of our business. It's their passion and nimble fingers that make this company so wonderful. Yep, they're all hand knit. People love my product, and once they hear the story behind it, they feel even more connected. I hope the Sharks see the value in my business model so that I can continue to bring joy to the Pearlettes plus one. Hello, Sharks. My name is Sarah Oliver. I'm the founder and owner of Sarah Oliver Handbags. I'm asking for $250,000 in exchange for 20% equity in my company. secret that women love handbags. But how many of those bags come with meaning? If only the hands that made those bags could talk. Well, now they can. Sarah Oliver handbags are all hand-knit with love and care in the USA. And I've developed a unique manufacturing model never used before. I'd like to introduce to you the Pearlettes Plus One.
My name is Ellie Leva, really Eleanor. I'm Daphne Campbell.
Catherine Gainey.
My name is Hector Richards. I'm the one of the Pearlettes Plus One.
To be involved in a company at 83 and a half is like having your wish come true. It's the joy of my elder life. I've just loved it, and I'm thrilled with Sarah's success.
I love it. I love her, and I love the knitting.
And I love the Pearlettes.
Aww. What a surprise
They're my heroes. This business is a very big part of me. I just love working with these seniors. With your investment, your advice, and your contacts, we can build this revolutionary business together.
Sarah, is this a charity or is it a business or a little bit of both?
This is absolutely a business.
Can we see the bags?
Sure. Oh, I forgot.
Oh, wait, there's more.
So this is
Thank
for
you,
you to
Sarah.
look at. That's our gold wristlet.
And
And yep,
All
that's
black.
our crossbody.
Nice.
Green for you.
Thank
Is
you.
it knit
My
or
favorite
wool?
color.
It's knit. The O on there is actually a brooch. It's removable.
It means it comes off and you can wear it as a pin?
Exactly.
So I found a card in mine that says, "My name is Daphne, and this is my story." Did Daphne knit my bag?
Daphne knit your bag. She's 92. She's amazing. They're all incredible.
What did you pay Esther to make my bag?
I paid her $17.
Is that right?
And they're
Yes.
all doing it willingly. This isn't a geriatric sweatshop, right?
I knew you were going to ask that, Mr. Wonderful.
I just wanna know.
No. Actually, I'm the one who gets in trouble. If I don't bring enough wool, they look at me and they're like, what? That's not enough for me this week. What am I going to do all week?
They're really quite nice. What does it cost to make one and what do you sell them for?
So the Resort is our bestseller. It costs $47 to make. They retail for $225.
what are your sales so far?
Our lifetime sales are $1.9 million.
Oh, that's cool.
Last year was $360,000.
So, Sarah, what do you really need?
Yeah.
What I need is money, working capital. Right now we have 90 store accounts across the
So
country.
there's no online business here?
I do sell them online too.
Because I think the opportunity is to tell the stories of these women.
Where did you find those women? I'm so curious.
So when my kids were little, there's this amazing retirement community, the Redwood Senior Community in Mill Valley. I used to bring my kids there.
That's such a great idea.
So fast forward to when I wanted to scale production, it's obvious who knits, who do I feel comfortable with? I don't want to go overseas. And so it was a natural, I didn't
right around
think of
so
the
impressive.
marketing back then.
If I
Yeah,
go
could
to
you
your
imagine
website, do I see a lot of it? Can I meet Daphne?
You absolutely can. We have videos.
That's awesome.
And how many purses can a pearlette make in a day?
Well, a pearlette can make about 3 in a week. We kind of average.
So, you know, I just have to say, it's so touching to me, actually brought a tear to my eye, because I think that often we don't value enough our elderly in
You're right.
society, and you have given them all something to be excited about. They're feeling a part of something.
Right.
And they need to constantly feel important and valued and
I
a
get
part.
that feedback
I would
all
like
the
to make you an offer, and I would like, if my fellow sharks would like to be in on the offer, I'd like for us all to be in on it, because I actually think that I would love for all of us to help make this a statement.
Oh.
What's the offer?
So my offer is $250,000 for 25%.
Okay.
Each shark gets 5%.
I'm in.
Okay.
Let me tell you why I'm in.
Okay, Robert.
I think it's a great cause, but it's something that Lori said. When you have a product that touches the hearts of consumers, it blows up. I think people at home and across America are going to just go boom to the website.
Right. I hope so. I really
And I hope
do.
that we get a million more
I'd like to
pearlettes.
ask a few more questions about
Okay.
numbers before I decide if I'm going to
Absolutely.
invest, because this is not the charity tank to me.
No, absolutely not.
I'm not in it for the charity,
It's
though.
not
So-
always
Or
about
pick
the
your own
money.
charity.
Listen, I'm sorry. I give a lot
is
to
about
charity,
the
but this is an investment for me. How do I find pearlettes that do 4 a week?
So right now I work with 2 retirement communities. I have about 30 knitters. They can make about 4,000 bags a year. That translates to about $900,000. My goal in the next 2 to 3 years is to go out to about 5 retirement communities who already want me.
Sarah, look, Lori made a great offer. I'm happy to go ahead
No,
with
she
her.
didn't. She made an offer on behalf of all.
You don't need to go in on it.
Yeah.
I wanted to extend it to everybody.
Okay. Sarah, this falls somewhere between a cottage industry and a charity in my mind. I don't think it's an investable business, so I'm out.
Okay, thank you, Pepper.
Sarah, I think what you're doing is great, but it's just not a fit for me. I'm out.
Okay.
I'm happy to go in with Lori. $250,000, $125,000 from each of us.
Okay.
25%.
That's so fantastic.
I would say yes before someone changes their mind.
I love it. I wanted to hear from Mr. Wonderful.
Kevin.
Okay, the only way this happens is you go to 30%, because I want 10. I don't get up in the morning for less than that, and I'll join them.
Was it important
All
to you
right,
to have
I'm
him in?
I'm in on that.
I'm sorry, explain that again.
Oh, here's the problem.
You're going backwards.
Here's
Just
the
what
problem.
it sounds like. You're going backwards.
It's a business, okay? Because you're
Absolutely.
paying the prolettes, and I appreciate that. To make this work, if all of this is going to happen, you have to increase your capacity by 4 times, all right?
Correct.
So
Which you will.
There's going to be some
Which
work
you will.
involved from each shark, and I generally don't do deals for less than 10% equity. Why? It's just not worth it. If you really want me in this deal, I'll join them a third, a third, a third. We'll give you the $250,000. You have to part with 30. I'm okay if you just go with these 2 guys too, but I got to have 10%, Sarah.
Sarah, I like that deal better.
I'm fine with that deal.
Yeah.
So that's the 30%?
Yeah, and you get 3 sharks.
250,000
But I tell you,
Like I said, you should have said yes when you had the
Yeah,
chair.
I think I would actually like to go with Lori and
Well, no,
Robert.
I like Kevin's deal better.
You do?
too. Yeah.
Okay.
Boy, there's a lesson right there.
in the Shark Tank.
What
My
happened to
God.
charity?
God,
Oh my
Apple
God.
I never
we
said
went
charity.
all
I think it's a business.
So that's 30%. I think I would love to have 3 sharks on my team.
So do you accept our offer?
I do accept your offer. So exciting.
Congratulations, Sarah.
Oh my God, the pearlettes are going to be so excited. I know that
I'm excited.
Oh my God, thank you so much. Thank you.
Congrats.
What I
You
want.
better go and see
Right?
some pearlettes. You need a lot more than you can imagine.
We're going to get a lot of pearlettes. I know it.
We are. We're going to sell.
We are.
Oh
We're
my
going to
goodness.
make a lot of people happy.
Bye-bye.
Congratulations.
Congrats, Sarah.
Thank you.
Now get those pearlettes to work.
I will. I'm so excited. I just cannot wait to let the pearlettes know that we have this incredible team behind us to grow this company like crazy. I hope to hire seniors everywhere.
Next into the tank is a high-tech version of a travel necessity.
Hola, Sharks. I'm Gaston Blanchet from Argentina, and this is my best friend, Jesse Potash from New York.
Our company is Trunkster, and we're seeking $1.4 million in exchange for 5%.
Wow.
Sharks, meet Trunkster, the world's first and only roll-top suitcase.
Trunkster's minimalist roll-top door provides instant access to your belongings. Whether in the back of a taxi or at the check-in counter, you're just a quick slide away from your passport book or sweater.
And that's just the beginning. Trunkster is loaded with smart features. We've engineered the world's first self-contained handle scale, so you can pack just under the weight limit and avoid costly fees.
Sharks, is there anything worse than running out of power on the go? With Trunkster, you've got juice all to yourself via the built-in USB ports powered by a removable battery.
And forget about lost luggage nightmares, because Trunkster offers global location tracking with proximity sensors.
Trunkster gives you all of this, plus it's made from the highest quality materials using a patent-pending assembly process for lightweight and rigid durability.
Not to mention how sexy it is.
This is the biggest luggage innovation since wheels righted 50 years ago, and we need your help to establish ourselves as the game-changing luggage brand worldwide.
So, who's in?
You gonna show us the product?
All right, let me see
Just
it.
to preface the inside.
How do you open it?
Oh, you can just press this
pull
button
it out
very
there,
quickly
and you open
slide
it.
down.
You can open it standing up
Oh.
or laying down. That's the beauty of it.
Can this really take a hit?
So yes, they can absolutely take a hit. They can test it to every luggage standard, international standards.
May I see how much that weighs? I just want to pull it.
Yeah, absolutely. And just so you know, they'll weigh less than 8 pounds when they're finished.
Wheels are great.
Thanks.
So how'd you come up with this idea?
I was in a luggage store and I realized, like, wow, every luggage brand is the same. As a millennial, like, I like to buy a brand that has a story behind it that comes from grassroots travelers. There's no brand like this in the luggage market.
So corporate.
You're such millennials.
Yeah.
You are. You're oh my God, it's so corporate.
No, but really, but
it's boring.
It's about to get corporate. 1.4 million for 5%. Which one of you do I absolutely tear to pieces now on a $28 million valuation?
All right, I'll take the pain first. Here you go.
Are you not selling this yet?
We are pre-selling this because we are still in the manufacturing process.
You're pre-selling and you have a $28 million valuation.
Yes,
do you
sir.
see any problem with that?
No, because I'll explain. Let me explain. 8 months ago, we became the most crowd-funded travel campaign in history on Kickstarter. We raised $1.4 million. We hit our goal in 1 hour. To date, we've pre-sold $2 million of this bag, which sells itself.
We didn't even ask how much one of these costs.
Yeah, so we retail them for $3.95, and the cost is about 20% of that. Exactly.
So it's prototype, but all of these people have bought in, haven't tried it.
These are the first samples off the line. We're pretty close to shipping next month. We have 5,000 units that are about to be on the assembly line that will be shipped out next month.
So we have a guy there checking on the quantity.
We live in China.
Yeah, we live in China.
We live in the factory in China.
Why is it worth $28 million?
That was my first question.
Exactly.
You never answered.
We're estimating $3 million in sales this year. So far, we've done $2 million. Next year, we're estimating about $9 million in sales. We're going to make this, first of all, into a billion-dollar company, and we're going to disrupt the luggage industry the same way the mattress industry has recently been disrupted. And that's by offering a premium product at a significant discount to consumers. Luggage of this
So you're
quality.
selling everything online.
Direct to consumer.
All online.
All right, Lori, Luggage Queen, is this revolutionary?
It's very different. It's very clever.
Is it worth $28 million?
Nothing's worth $28 million.
That's a whole other story. You guys know it's a huge ask.
It's a huge
You realize
ask.
that.
Well,
And you haven't even gotten
HSN
it
reached
into
out to
people's
us
hands
and
yet.
said,
But you're pricing that as though it's already happened.
Ask me if it's worth $28 million, and I'll tell you. No.
I got to tell you, I think the business is probably worth $5 to $8 million today.
Most.
Would
but if
you
we're
make
making
an
$3 million in
offer?
our first year,
That's one side. Look, you put that money in your pocket. That's money you made. You put that money in your pocket, but that's anecdotal, right? It's one-off. You don't have any track record there.
Would you sell 30% of the company to Robert for $1.4 million, which reflects his more conservative $5 million valuation? Would you?
Absolutely not. The interest we've seen from all the other luggage companies who are running scared and interested in what we're doing is we can grow this to 10 million, 20 million.
It's exciting.
We're reaching for $1 billion. We have new products in the line. We want to make this a camera bag, a photography bag. We have other products that we're going to debut and upsell on our website.
Silence. No more excitement. We're trying to find out. Are you going to walk out of the Shark Tank with a deal or not? We're going to find out right now. Nobody's going to hit your bid at $28 million. Nobody. Silence. Are you prepared to have flexibility on your $28 million ask?
All sharks are still in, but they question the high valuation of Gaston and Jesse's smart luggage company, Trunkster.
Are you prepared to have flexibility on your $28 million ask?
This reminds me, if I just may share a story, that in January, we were choosing our factory partner, and we weren't quite able to get there on the price. My uncle, who's a businessman, he told me to say this. Listen, he's from Long Island. Listen, somebody's going to manufacture trucks here. Either it's going to be you, or it isn't. Whoever it is, that person's going to make a lot of money. And I can tell you that was true then, and it's true now.
So what
our
are you
factory
saying
partner
now?
is making a lot of money.
You don't need us to a question.
No. And so I will say to that, we're reasonable, we're willing to negotiate, we understand this is a business, and we want the right partner.
How much of your own cash did you guys put in?
We spent $5,000 to launch the Kickstarter campaign, and that's all the money we invested.
You haven't shipped anything yet. Your $5,000 is now worth $28 million. I'm so lucky to be here. What an opportunity.
That's a great return.
Well, also, no, we should say something about the product, that our product has 3 things that very few products have in combination.
You don't need to sell anymore. Listen, everybody agrees it's interesting. And even Lori, Queen of Luggage.
If I could be the exception on the product.
Oh, really? Are you going to poo-poo on it?
I find a couple of things wrong. One, it's very sleek, but it's extremely masculine.
Product line expansion.
We're thinking new colors.
Out in a store. You're doing others, but I'm judging by this prototype, right?
Yes.
Okay. Secondly, I think it's too heavy. In addition to the fact that most people like soft luggage, not hard luggage. And lastly, you haven't had your consumer base tested out. They haven't received it yet. So you're asking us to invest a lot of money with absolutely no feedback from the guy who's going to use it.
Well, we have had people test it.
The
not
product
everybody.
testers came back with really positive reviews.
And for those reasons, no.
There's so many unanswered questions, but magically, the two of you have convinced me that there's something there. I'll give you the $1.4 million for 30%. I mean, that's a legitimate offer. Mark can laugh all he wants. He's not making an offer. That's the offer I see. because of all the unanswered questions. This isn't an investment. We're going on a trip together. And when we go on this trip together, we're going to learn a lot.
So basically, Robert's imputing a value of $5 million on the deal. That's what he's saying. And I think it's fair. You know, in fact, I'll join him if he wants to partner. I like you guys. I'll do that deal. I'll go 50-50 if he wants to mitigate his risk a little bit.
Kevin, I appreciate the offer. I don't want Kevin to go on this trip with me because there are countries Kevin's not allowed to go into.
Well, I will make the same offer, except I want 37%.
That doesn't
Okay.
seem like...
So I'm being just as ludicrous as you are. Your valuation's insane.
Can we hear other offers?
If there was anything else?
I'm sitting here thinking about
Losing the
risk,
money.
right? On the one hand, I do think that there's a lot of things that can be done with it, right? I have licensing connections. I know this world very well. But on the flip side, say I give you the money and something goes wrong with it, right? Don't anticipate it, but it could happen. So I would give you the $1.4 million to fund purchase orders. That's
How
what
much
you said
equity
you
do you
needed.
want?
At 15%.
We would love to hear if Mark maybe has something to say.
The product's interesting. I see what you're trying to accomplish. Now I want you to put yourself in our shoes. How much should I get back and when?
We expect to be making $6 million in profit next year.
It's a simple
We can pay you
question.
back next year.
It's a simple question. But I don't want just $1 million back.
Absolutely.
Right?
We're aiming to make $1 billion company. You have us working 24/7.
In your mind, there's these big numbers you can pay back. But when we do the math based off of the equity you're offering us, the numbers don't calculate to big numbers. If you make, $20 million next year, what's 5% of $20 million? Just $1 million, right? See, you didn't look at it from our perspective.
Gentlemen, I always love Mark more than anyone on the panel because he's got the most bucks. But let me tell you, Lori's the best partner.
Would it be an option to work together, or?
I would negotiate.
Well, maybe take just one moment to...
Yeah, please do.
Not a bad idea.
Please do.
Thank you.
I'm comfortable to give 10%. You're comfortable to give 10%? With two sharks helping us?
All right. What are you going to do?
Mark and Lori, we would like to offer you 5% of Trunkster for $1.4 million. We will also pay you back the full $1.4 million within 24 months, and if we don't pay you back within that time frame, we will double your equity stake to 10%. And we will offer you $1 in perpetuity starting from when the money is paid back.
All right, that's your offer. Mark, Lori, what do you got?
I would take that deal.
Yeah, we'll take that deal.
Well, hang on. Are you guys splitting it, Mark?
Yeah, we'll split it.
Wow. I did not see that coming.
You came in knowing that, didn't you? Yeah, do that.
Now can we hug Robert?
Thank you guys, we really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Robert,
Thank
we
you.
really appreciate your offer. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
If you get paid back your money over an indefinite period of time, well, that's not very enticing. To know that in 2 years you'll definitely have that money back, or there's a penalty, then that makes us work harder and it makes them more secure.
Next time on Shark Tank, 'tis the season to be jolly.
No cash flow for you. I'm modernizing Christmas tree lighting. It's cold out there, people.
Santa doesn't like that.
Help us spread the love.
$300,000 for 20%.
I'll make the same offer exactly.
Our customers love this.
Who cares?
We're tapping into the human need to connect.
You come in here and say, we're unique, we're special.
We are.
The cheapest words ever spoken.
I'm going to prove you wrong.